You may have noticed that things were a little cooler out there first thing this morning. The days are getting shorter and the nights are getting colder. How will your home handle the colder weather? Don Wade is here from Country Boyz Heating and Cooling with some energy-saving tips. Don, it's good to see you again.
Good to see you guys. Roll Tide as usual.
Absolutely, roll tide indeed. And you have just the best timing. It seems like every Friday whenever you come on that we've had a chilly morning or a cool evening the night before.
I tell you, it's one of those things that you just can't plan for good timings.
There you are.
But yeah, we wanted to kind of talk to folks, and again, our whole point of doing the show is to save them money and give them ideas of stuff they can do themselves.
Absolutely.
And some of the footage that you guys are going to be looking at today is talking about attic insulation. Attic insulation is probably one of the biggest things that you can do in your home to save money. I mean, the cost of what it takes to put new or better attic insulation is very cheap. But you can see how I've got my hand stuck down in there. If you don't have a ruler, a regular 12-inch ruler, you can just really simply stick your hand down in there, and about where your forearm comes up, about midways, gives you around the 12-inch mark. And if you don't have at least that much attic insulation in your home, you really want to look at getting a professional to come in there, or go to your Home Depot or Lowe's, simply rent their machine, and if you even buy enough bags of their attic insulation, they'll let you have the machine, for a 24-hour usage, and people can go in there and blow their own attic insulation in. And just a quick rule of thumb, you can look for every inch of attic insulation that you add, or should I say your lack of attic insulation, you're going to save about anywhere from $50 to $75 a year in your energy costs. So
wow. You
can imagine that you can spend, $300-400, and in a 1 year's time frame, you're going to get more than that back. And like the fellow you've seen right there, you could see the wood. He really only had about 4 to 5 inches. He needed twice that much.
Really?
And now you can take that, like I say, and double your energy savings just at a drop of a hat, just with a little bit of work over the weekend. So it's real easy to do.
And I'm guessing the amount of insulation you need is going to vary house to house?
Well, no.
Is there a standard?
Yeah, there's a standard is R30, which is 12 inches of attic insulation. And that's one of the things I wanted to show right there in the footage. A lot of people will take and put store stuff on top of their insulation. One of the worst things that you can do, and I know people want to do it, they want to use that for attic storage. But when you compress attic insulation, when you compress it, you take away its R value, you take away its insulating value, because it really, believe it or not, has to have little air pockets in between the insulation to really do its job. And when you compress it down, now you reduce its R value. So anytime that you go in there and you want to use it for storage, take and put some wood on there to kind of build up it a little bit, and kind of have a little bridge over top of your insulation, so you're not compacting it down. So
there you go. You make it dense, it becomes better conductors.
Exactly. That's exactly how it does. You're a smart fella for sure today.
Well, I've been hanging around Richard.
There you go.
All right. Now, insulation wasn't the only thing. You guys were up on the above the attic on the roof messing around with some things too, right? Yeah. One of the things that in the summertime, people have vents on top of their roof. They have the turbine type that just spin around with the wind, or they'll have the solar-powered version, or they'll have what we see here in the video, we call a ridge cap, which is becoming very, very popular. And it goes right on the very top of the roof at the very top peak. And everybody knows that when you have hot air rising, okay, if it has a place for it to escape, it's like a big chimney. And so what it winds up doing is it naturally lets that heat get out of your attic. Well, in the wintertime, we don't want a lot of heat or a lot of cool air being sucked in through your little soffit vents and going up into the attic, because it has to work harder. So what I want to tell people is if they have got the old type turbine ones that just spin around in the wind, get somebody to go up on the roof, put a bag over those things, or if you can get to them from underneath, just simply take a styrofoam plate, cover it from underneath, tape it up, and then when the wintertime's over, take it off, because we don't want air circulating through there in the wintertime if we don't have to. So just one of those little tips for everybody today so they can save a little bit of money. All right, super. Don, thank you so much for being with us today. You can find out more about heating and cooling your home by calling 205-230-6657 or send an email to countryboyshvac@yahoo.com.